Hello and welcome to today's video. This time we'll be going through another 100 vintage Penguin books. These are the ones numbered from 2100 to 2200 from the mid-1960s. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Right then, so kicking off with 2198 by the look of it. And this, it's got a full spine of tape, a full spiner to start with. Can you believe it? What a way to start. So I hope you've all had a good week. It's been a few days since I've actually had a chance to film a new video on this channel. Been pretty busy. That actually came off quite nicely. Been pretty busy, tied up with work and getting some other bits and pieces organised. But thankfully, I'm off this weekend, and I've got a little bit of time to myself to get a few videos done and dusted. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. And this particular period, I don't think I've got that many myself. I've got some of them, but I think this is a little batch of 100 where almost all of them, not all of them, but I would say over 2/3 of them are going to be books that I don't already own. So they'll be new to my own collection, which is particularly nice, you know, because I love getting brand new editions, of course. Certainly recognise this one, Life at the Top. I'm sure I've got this one in my collection already. John Brain. It's got quite a few bits of pencil marks in the front here. Somewhat dramatic for whatever reason. Bit of an odd one. Some of the top here, it's like someone was testing a pencil. Huh. Blimmin' cheek, I call it. A blimmin' cheek. There we are. Okay. Don't think I've ever seen Life at the Top. Now this is quite nice, a big old box set, but look at the state of it. Ugh. I think let's get the books out first of all. We'll look at the books in a minute. So this is the trilogy. All the books have got flipping tape on, so this is not a box set in the greatest of condition, but we'll see how we get on sort of cleaning it. Blimey, tape on the inside of this one. Okay, this one hasn't got any tape on. It is really nice to have it in a box set. I do really like Penguin slipcase sets. Don't know much about Nina Epton though. This one's got tape as well. Okay, well, they're as good as we can get it. I think the box set here, well, this has got tape. Look at that, look at the top. Any more in here? Yeah, there's tape along the bottom. I'm worried it's going to fall to bits on me if I take any more of this tape off. Okay, there we are. Right, so that doesn't look too bad. It just look how dirty that is along the top. And we will be able to clean that. There's tape on the inside here. Look at that. Oh my God, can you see that? It's not sticky though. I mean, if it was me, I'd be tempted. There is an edge to glue there, you know. I'd be tempted to sort of almost like glue it. Well, that is, I mean, it's got to be pretty scarce, I would think, in the box set like that. So I think it just needs a really good, it needs a really good polish more than anything. So we generally do the polishing at the end, don't we? So what I'll do, that can go in the polish pile. I think the books will just give a normal brush off anyway, and we'll leave it at that. So I won't do the polishing yet on that one. I'll do it at the end when we do the rest of the polishing. This is nice, Aldous Huxley. But yeah, really nice to have a box set like that. As I said, I have been making a bit of an effort. It looks as if slipcases started to come in. Well, that's a really early one. Probably mid-60s is when they started putting books in cases like that. And I think it got quite a trend. So about 1967 with Penguin. Certainly there's some Puffin box sets as well. So there is a fair old bit to try and track down. And I have got a few. I picked up a nice Laura Lee one lately, with like Cider with Rosie in, and as I walked out one midsummer morning, that was quite nice to get. And they weren't that expensive. I've got a reference one as well. Just got a sneaky bit of tape in there. Yeah. Stain on the Snow, a Simonon. Price on the front jacket, how dare they indeed. How very dare they. Lovely, yeah, it's really nice, that one. And one I haven't got again, Henry's War. I thought someone had Tipp-Ex'd his eyes, but that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's all right. The Fancy. Here we are. That's a great book, isn't it? Dead Cert. One of the early Dick Francis books. This is one of the good ones. I do have this one, but this looks like a really nice copy of it, so I'm really pleased with that. I really like Dick Francis. Trying to get them in a little run of hardbacks. I've got a fair few of the early ones. Yeah, that's really nice. Rose of Tibet. There we are. Touch wood, we haven't needed to glue anything yet, have we? Now that's one I don't recognise. Pearls Are a Nuisance, Raymond Chandler. Interesting, it's got the Philip Marlowe there. I wonder who designed the cover on this. Often they say Alan Spain. Yeah, I quite like that. I do like the fact that the designers get a cover credit, you know, because people like us are interested, aren't we? Lovely. This one's a Truman Capote, but it looks a bit dusty, so this is going to have to go through the polishing process. Other Voices, Other Rooms. Yeah, it's got that white, the white mist on it again, which we've seen on some other books, haven't we, historically? Like a little, it's almost like white spirit, like paint thinner, that's dried out. That's what it sort of reminds me of. Quite unusual. So that can go in the to be polished pile. Actually, I picked up a Truman Capote yesterday. I picked up In Cold Blood, which was his true crime one, and I think it was also the last book he had published. And I was in Taunton filming a Doctor Who exhibition, and I did a little book hunt around Taunton, and there was only a couple of bookshops. So there was one called Brendan Books, which was quite good, better than I expected, and then there was an Oxfam as well. It's a nice copy. And there was an Oxfam bookshop as well, and upstairs in the Oxfam bookshop I found a copy of the first printing of In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. Sadly, it was the American first, but it didn't have its dust wrapper. But it was £4.50, which I thought was that's pretty good for that. So that's what I paid for it, and it was really cool. I'm really pleased to get that. It's a brilliant book, and a very good film as well. If you've never seen the film of Capote, it's got Philip Seymour Hoffman in the role. He plays Truman Capote, and it's really something. I tell you, the movie as well. The Group, Mary McCarthy. This one's a little bit the worse for wear. I'll have a closer look in a sec to see if it's worth polishing. Yeah, it's got some worse. It's going to be an upgrade. Yeah. Was it published in Penguin Books for sale outside the UK 1964? Reprinted 1965. This edition published 1966. So I think that's the first, but I don't really know. It's a little bit. It's not really clear, is it? That. Yeah, I'll have to look that one up. I'll remember to do that in a bit. But yeah, that's unusual. So anyway, that's that first pile to one side. So we'll slide them over there, like so, and start on pile number 2 here. The Pledge. What's good about this particular batch is there's so many here that I just do not recognise, which is great. It means they're not already in my collection. And when they're in this sort of condition, it's just brilliant. That one's covered by Alan Aldridge. We're going to start to get some really good design on these books going forward. We'll have early David Pelham, we'll have Alan Aldridge, Romick Marber. We've already seen a few of those. We're going to have some real good design, and these were designers that came in under the overall artistic editorship of a chap called Tony Godwin, who took over at Penguin around this time, as Alan Lane himself started to ease back a little bit with what he was doing at the company. I really like that sort of almost comic strip like, isn't it, you know? You can hear, and you may be able to hear yourself, the heavens have opened. There we are, that just fell off, an H.G. Bates. Yeah, it seems to be very, very heavy weather. I'm supposed to be going out this afternoon for a leaving drinks with a friend. I think I'll be taking my brolly with me. Well, we weren't planning on sitting outside, so but you may have a little bit of gentle rain in the background, which I know some of you actually really like, so we'll see how that goes. My microphones that I use tend to cancel out background noise quite well, but not all of it. Another one I don't actually recognise. Looks like it's got a 5p there, just on the star here. There's 8p down there as well. That's lovely. Killer's Wedge. It's another Ed McBain. Once again, looking a little bit the worse for wear. I suspect that Alan, the original owner, read these copies quite a bit. And why wouldn't he? Because they are really nice. I really like the way Penguin treated McBain. I love the 87th. Oh, that's not one of the better ones, but it's still pretty nice. With the 87th Precinct. Sir Walter Raleigh. There we are, nice copy of that. Nice copy of this by the look of it. That's one I've got, but not in this nice condition. It's really, really nice to see. Pumpkin Eater, I think it's one of her more famous ones. Don't know if that's pencil or not. No. Just like a scratch of some sort. Yeah, really nice that. A classic Taglio Salvini. Nice squarish copy of that. Yeah, that's nice. Mesdames and Messieurs, this is book 3. We've seen the previous 2 volumes already in previous videos. How to Teach Us French. They've got a little card inside. Televised weekly, there we are. Oh, that's nice. It's got that, that's good. Yep, very nice indeed. Mr. Love and Justice. Yeah, there we are. City of Spades, Colin McInnes. This one's got a little bit of like dirt on the front, so we'll give this the polish as well, I think. Not been so many that have needed to be polished this time round, which is good news. But that one does need a little, so I'll pop that in that to be cleaned pile. There's another one by him, but much the worse for wear, sadly. Yeah, you hear it creaking a little bit. Yeah, not a great copy, but it's a copy. Probably end up being on the upgrade list if I haven't already got it, of course. The Whipping Boys. Alan Aldridge cover again, that one. The Book Exchange, Cheltenham. Look at that. Do you think they could have put 4 stamps in that? But yeah, that'll be on the upgrade list. Age of Austerity. Good stuff. Okay, Dead Man Running. Germani Fassetti. Torquay. Yeah, that's all right. Central Hemingway. Good book. I've got a couple of copies here. So I've got a reading copy and a really nice one. And this one's fallen to bits. Well, not fallen to bits, but it's been well read. A bit like mine. It's got a lot in it, this particular one. It's good. It's a really, really good book, The Essential Hemingway. As I said, I do actually have 2 copies of this. My reading copy and like a real collector's unread one. But it includes A Farewell to Arms, Fiesta Complete as well. You know, For Whom the Bell Tolls. There's a lot in here for the money, really. So it's a good book. This one is quite the worse for wear, though, as you can see. I'm going to need a little bit of glue in there. Now, we haven't used the glue today so far. I'm just going to slide a bit in there if we can. Here we go. Just a little bit to try and save that bit there. And I'll give it a polish as well. But that, for me, will just go in my pound box. It won't be going for any more than that, sadly, because it's not worth any more than that. Got the white on it, so this is going to need a polish. Yeah, looking a bit grubby, this one, for whatever reason. Yeah, that's lovely, but a bit grubby, so we'll get that one polished. Thomasini. Tewkesbury. Yeah, that's really nice, Paul Gallico. Never read any, but I've heard he's all right. Oh, this is a nice Simonon. Look at that. The Man Who Watched the Trains Go By. Very, very dusty and dirty, so we'll give that a polish, but quite a nice square copy of that one. That's nice to get. Pleased with that, because it's one I haven't got. Yeah, very, very pleased with that. Yeah, it's nice. Did that cover? Denise York. I thought, oh, that needs a polish. That's in that pile there. Henry Green, modern classic. Once again, in pretty nice shape, that. Tempe. Yeah, there we are. Lovely. Oh, another one. Oh, it's a bit heavy. John Cooper Powers, Wolf Solent. Big thick book, this one. There we are. A few turned over corners, but we've soon sorted them out. Quite a few books have got the old tape on this 100, which is unusual. The last 100 wasn't too bad, was it? But it's just how it goes. So as I film this, I'm trying to do as much as possible before the Penguin Collectors Show in Exeter and the subsequent paperback show at Zardos Books. By the time this video actually goes out, it will be long in the past, but the videos will be up on my main channel, and I'm sure they would have been of interest to some people. Not sure how either show is going to actually perform, but we're doing it for fun anyway, which is great. There we are. The Real Life of Sebastian Knight. They're in pen, unfortunately. Same with that one. Same with that Muriel Spark, which is a shame, but that's how it goes sometimes. This one's a little bit the worse for wear, sadly. A few turned over corners, nothing too serious. Nothing that we can't sort out. That's fine. Max Carados Mysteries, yeah. Penguin published one of his very early on in the 1940s during the war, which is a rare one. Max Carados is the original one. Very, very scarce. Wartime crime. 2p. 2p or not 2p? Yeah, it's all right. Officers and Gentlemen, that's another nice one to get. I have been planning an Evelyn Waugh in Penguin video for ages, but there's a few that I have been struggling to get in decent condition, including this one. So this is going to be an upgrade to the one that I've got, which is always good news. That's lovely. The Mystic Masseur. Another good one, I suspect. V.S. Nepal. Lovely. The Birdcage. Little ghost image still of the date and location of purchase. There we are. The Business of Loving. Yeah, that's nice. A Ghost at Noon. Right, this has got a big bit of tape on the cover. And definitely in need of a polish. Yeah, it's just a little bit, I don't know about these bits here, whether we'll be able to get anything on that, but we'll stick it in the to be polished pile. Another one looking a little bit the worse for wear. Yeah, pretty ropey those. Bit of a ropey old copy. Just a filler, but we'll give it a polish as well because he is definitely looking a bit the worse for wear. The Child Buyer, John Hershey. I like John Hershey. Particularly like Hiroshima. It's a good one that he did. Which was actually more a magazine article that got put into book form by the Penguin. It was first published in the New Yorker. There we are. Yep, that's absolutely fine. Guest in the House. Another one with a little bit of sellotape on the bottom. Philip McDonald. There we are. Ghost in the House. Meaning of Treason. And 2 bits of tape on this one. Yeah, that's okay. Need to make a little bit of room here, so I'm just gonna put that, move these over there. Get the next wedge, which is a good one. Origins of the Second World War. I actually got a copy of this, but this one looks to be in nice condition. Yeah, nice spine on that. That to me looks as if it's had tape on it and then had it removed at some point. But yeah, that's a really nice copy of that one. Definitely better than the one that I've currently got, so that's good news. An American Romance. Tiny top of the spine came off there. That's why you put the thing on, I think. So there's a little bit there and a little bit there. Blimey. Okay, so a couple of dots required. It's playing a little bit hard to get, as is we've seen many times before. Here we are, we're rocking now. So literally just the smallest little blob to do the bottom of the spine there. And similar at this end. 2 bits, it's 2 ply, so 1 bit in there. And then another bit on top. Should keep those in place. And then there's a little bit of tape residue, but not a lot. I mean, ultimately, it's got a big 5p on the front, which is not ideal. But these things are what they are. I think we've saved the spine as best we possibly can. So don't think we want to give that we don't want to give that a polish in case we damage it even further. The Luck of Ginger Coffee, Brian Moore. It's lovely. Sons of God. Yeah, that's nice. The Long March. Yeah, perfect. The nose on my face. This one's a little bit more worn. Just a touch. Yeah, it's about as good as we're going to get it. I don't think it's worth polishing that one. It's just got a little bit. It is what it is. The Spoilt Kill, Mary Kelly. Yep, there we are. Good stuff. Right, another Evelyn Waugh. Another one that seems in fairly nice condition at first glance. Yep, that's all right. To the lighthouse. Now, is that pencil? Yeah, that's lucky. Good stuff. There we are. I'm not sure what this MCS is. Probably a previous owner's initials, I would think. But else, that is a nice copy of that one. Yeah, pleased with that. Don't think I've got it. Till Death, another well-read Ed McBain. Why are we not surprised? beating up that one, but I got a fairly nice copy of that. This one's much better. Harry Queen. A 1 and 6 up there, so yeah, there we are. The Rothschilds. So he's got a family tree, a fold-out family tree in this one. There we are. Because it's that black cover, I think it'll benefit from a little polish. Yeah, that's a nice copy of that one. Got some tape on. Got a Mel Cammon cover on this one. Yeah, that's all right. God, look at the dust on this. Really, really dusty. Apart from that, it looks a nice copy, but got a massive layer of dust on it. This must have been on top of a pile, I reckon, at some point. Look at the dust on it. That could be polished. Edna O'Brien, Girl with Green Eyes. One of the more classic ones. Rita, is it Rita Tushingham on the front? I believe. Yeah, Rita Tushingham, there we are. Yeah, pretty nice copy of that one. Pretty sure it's better than my own one. So a nice improver. Once again, it's got a little bit of cover, dust and stuff on it. So I think I'm going to pop that in the polish pile as well. World in Winter, John Christopher. Is that pencil? No, that's a shame, isn't it? That is a shame. I haven't been open for a while. This is one of those ones, feeling it, it's covered in bits, but they're all coming off very, very quickly. We've had it before, we had one last time. I think we've already got them all. They just sort of came off. Hard to see, but you can sort of hear them. This is one I haven't got, so I'm pleased to get that. And I see it's got some tape on as well. There we are. As good as we're going to get that. And that's for District in Babylon. That's nice. Looks like, yeah, Robin Jacques cover on that one. That's cool. Nice. The Haggard. Looking a bit the worse for wear, this one. Yeah, it was alright. I mean, just a sort of a filler copy, isn't it? A Morning at the Office. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Take only as directed. Nice. Arabian Sands. Good stuff. We are getting through them quite quickly, aren't we? I'm sort of losing myself and not speaking to the guys here, not speaking to my audience, because I'm so tied up in cleaning here. I'm in the zone, as it were. What's this? I bet you it's a review, contemporary review or something like that. Oh no, it's something on pest control, but we don't need that, do we? That's fine. One of the famous trials 10. Absolutely fine with that. Reaching over to get the last little wedge here. The Witch of the Low Tide, a John Dixon car. Yeah, that's all right. I'm going to need to put the stack up here. Move my to be polished part out of the way a minute. And start another stack there. And those are to be polished. The mucky ones. The mucky pups, as they're called. All right, let's get this last little wedge done. The Man on the Rock. cool. Franny and Zoe. Is that in pen or is it in pencil? That's in pen. That's a shame. It's one I've got anyway, this one. A few turned over corners here, where the book has got biffed at some point. Nothing too serious. Another McBain, Killer's Payoff. Quite a nice one of this by the look of it. Lovely. Birds of Paradise. Another one's a little bit, got a few little cover marks and that, so this one will also benefit from a polish. Horrible writing inside, but there you go. Lady L. Lady L movie tie-in. Paul Newman, Sophia Loren, David Niven. Directed by Peter Ustinov, it said. Well, there you go. Yep, that's all right. The Aspirin Age. Big one, but it's one I've actually got. That's all right. Black cover again, so I'll give that a little polish just to tart that up a touch. Famous Trials 9, Roger Casement. That's in nice condition. Yeah, that's nice. Men at Arms. Another pretty nice copy of this. Better than the one I've got, I think, by quite the way. Yeah, very nice. Very pleased with that one. The Great Siege. Don't recognise this one. happy life. Cover by Tom Bailey, not an artist I recognise. Whisper Town. Oh, look at that. Weird. This Island Now. Oh, yeah. Didn't quite get all that out. There we are. Now, we've got a small wedge of B format books as well that were in this 100. So we'll get those done now. So we got World of the Child. This is one I got to say, I didn't know anything about this, but it was one done for charity for Oxfam. So that one, it is what it is, I suppose. And there's a second copy of it here. So I'll pick this one up twice. Don't remember seeing this at all, you know. But it was released as part of the main series, 2107. Quite unusual. So 2 copies of that one in there. L'Amour, Raymond Paynet. Quite a nice copy of that one, actually. Don't know how it compares against my one. But very nice all the same. And then Churchill, Painting as a Pastime, another great little book. Churchill's paintings. A load of Churchill's paintings actually got put on eBay a few years back, and they were going for surprisingly low, like, you know, 300 to 600 quid for an original. He wasn't particularly good, but it was a way to get a cheap Churchill signature. And there were dozens and dozens and hundreds of them, in fact, at Chartwell on display when I visited Churchill's home. I do regret not picking at least one of them up to have a Churchill original, but there you go. Not to worry. That was the time to get them. Right, so that's all the books done. We're going to need to do some polishing, and we're going to need to do some brushing. So I shall brush these B format ones since we got them out, and then we'll do the really rough books to begin with. Good stuff. Right, let's give these slightly dirtier books a brush first of all, and then we'll give them the polish. Because these were the worst of all. just spotted one book there, but it's quite a bit far gone, but I just want to get tiniest little bit of glue in there. Right, now these all need a polish. Now I have got, we'll do the box set in a minute. I have got a clean duster. Look at that, I gave ourselves a little bit of a holiday treat. This one, I'm not going to be able to perform miracles with it because it's just too far gone. It's just to get it looking as good as possible as a filler in my collection till a better one should come along. It's nice. Just that really dusty one. So I imagine this will make quite the difference on. There we are. Look at the dust we got off that. 3 books, 3 lots of dust. Wow. We'll leave that really duff one to the end. Some of these just need a little square in there. Just takes off whatever's been on there for all these years. don't expect much to happen with the Essential Hemingway, but it's a great read. But this is just a very, very poor, low-grade copy, just for someone to have a reader. And then on this one, this was the really rough one, so I'm not going to put any polish on initially, just clean it with what we've got here. Look, black. Nuts, eh? We don't want to put that back on. The rest of the book's absolutely fine. Right, let's give it a little bit more. Might be able to get a tiny little bit more of the dirt and dust off, but it was quite the worse for wear, wasn't it? Look at it. It's horrific. I suspect that's probably about as good as we're going to get it, but that actually isn't too bad. All things considered, we've saved that from oblivion. So those have all been done as well. Now we'll clean the box set since we've got the polish out now. Once again, it was mainly the top edge, which was horrific, as you can see, but the rest of it's going to need a bit of a clean and a repair. So we'll do these other edges first. Right, that just leaves the horrible top edge. Which will require quite a bit. Save me. I haven't seen anything quite this dirty for a long time. Oh, it's better. Certainly better than what it was. Right. The next thing I think we should do, is if we can get a layer of glue along that seam there, I think that'll make quite a difference. And it'll dry pretty quickly, so let's just do that next, I think. She needs a couple of books to go on top to weight it a little bit. And what we'll do, we'll leave it like that for now. And then I shall go back to it when we've cleaned the 3 books that go in it. And we'll slip those back in. And hopefully it'll be a little bit better than what it was when we started. At least that's going to be the plan. Might need an extra polish as well. Right then, let's give these last few the brush off to finish this video off. So, or actually we'll do the box set at the very end, but I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's been, I think, a really nice mix of books today. Some really good ones in there. Lots that I haven't got already, so I'm particularly pleased, you know. Now my plan is today, if I can get time, I'm going to try and do another 100, but I think I have a bit of a feeling that that may be slightly optimistic. Somehow. And now these are the 3 books from the box set. So let's slip those to one side and we'll do them in a minute. I've just got a couple of books waiting down the box set where we re-glued it. Whether that'll actually keep it in place, no idea really, but we can but try. Yeah, it's funny, some of these really aren't too bad dust-wise. Some are obviously worse than others. But on the whole, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Last little stack. Yeah, not too bad at all though. Just a couple which are a bit dustier than others. Right, so let's pull these back. So here's the box set. It seems to have solidified. And the numbers are consecutive. So 2190, 2192, and that's the one to go in the middle. Like so. I think we've got that as clean as we possibly can get it. I might give it over a long time, like give it, another couple of weeks. And I might, when I go back over this particular run, I might give the edges and that another polish again, and maybe give that yet another try. But I want that sort of seal to set really solidly first. So for now, I'm going to leave that like that. So there we are. So I hope you've enjoyed that video today. I'll be back, of course, in 7 days with the next 100. Thank you very much for watching today, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.